I found that there's no good way of doing this, so here's my best go. Now, I've already shot this video once, and everything was corrupted when I was done with it, so here's just me doing it again. I'm just going to start at my workbench. This is the second most used spot in the entire shop. This is the first thing that I put into the shop. I made it myself several years ago, so that means it kind of sucks. It's got all the standard benches. I got a vise, a couple grinders, bags of screws at the bottom, and some other just decorative stuff. Over there I have 300-pound tanks that fuel the forge, and everyone's got to have a couple belts and a couple loose wires around. I got this massive bench. It's an 8-foot bench that barely fits into the shop and just takes up space. My anvil tree, scrap bucket, water bucket, signs, copper scrap, wood scrap, more steel scrap, and a couple drawers. I don't even know what's in most of that one, but over here I do keep stuff. One thing that I did come up with myself, I might have seen it somewhere else, is I keep my small sheet metal in an old file metal basket, which it does comes in handy when you need to find some sheet metal, and it keeps it out of the way. Extra buckets, you always need extra clean buckets. Recycling and garbage and recycling. I got this is a bandsaw, a very, very cheap one that I got secondhand, so it was very, very, very cheap. A nice a nice toolbox, because you always need one of those. In any craftsman shop you'll find stuff like this. If I prettied this bowl up, I could probably sell it for $200 or something, but now I just keep it to hold my random crap. Cordless drill, cordless skill saw down there, various toolboxes, a swage block, and water bottles. The swage block I use and frequently. Steel up there. Aren't we always low on steel? And this is where I keep my 2x4s, my chain, and my pipe wrenches. I have a thing with pipe wrenches. I got a bench grinder right there. I took off the grinder part and put a buffer wheel on. I kind of want to get a better one, but this is what I got. It's buried into the ground, but it's buried horribly, so it's fine. Right here is my big vise. This is where I do all of my grinding, all of my hot forging, anything I need a big vise for. This is what I use. It's on a 300-pound block, buried 18 inches into the ground, so this isn't going anywhere. And honestly, I think it's one of the best ones you can use. Grinder over there, pliers, an extra grinder, twisting wrenches, another twisting wrench over there, and all the fun little grinder parts just hanging around. It brings me over here to my hot table. This is just full of notes of stuff that I have to make or remake. All my tools, unfinished projects, the drill press, which is used quite a lot, another water bucket, the forge. I use a forced air ribbon burner forge because it is the best, and it'll save you in gas in the long run to buy or cast your own ribbon burner and all the piping. It's completely worth it. I do use a bouncy castle blower because it is the cheapest for you get the most bang for your buck with those. Over here, my tool rack, plenty of hammers, plenty of tools, plenty of tongs. I've made all of my tongs except one, which was given to me by a blacksmith who made his, so I mean, that's how they're made. I got a wood block under there, and a wood block I've attached to this so it stays around, and it's actually really nice, especially when you want to make your leaves or bend something or straighten something out when you don't want to ruin a twist. It's very, very helpful. I got a box of belts over there I'm keeping for a friend, and my pride and joy, 175-pound Fisher Norris anvil. I got it from a guy who just restored it, and so it's in beautiful condition. I've got about a 100-pound chain on it, and I also got it with 2 massive lag bolts down into this massive stump. Again, it's a 300-pound stump buried about 18 inches into the ground, and no matter what I do, it's not going anywhere. And the downside is I can't move it around, but I wasn't going to move it anywhere anyways. over here, some extra tools, some files with golf balls on the end, which arguably is the most funny and most comfortable handle that I've ever used. I keep my sledgehammers over there. I got them all from 8-pound to 20, which is very helpful. I got that table, which is a welding table, and I got 2 welders, which you can't see. One is a cheapo one that doesn't, it did the work that I needed to buy it for, and then I got a Lincoln Electric Handyman, which I got from a friend for when he got it for Christmas, and he thought I could use it more in the shop. I got a 2.5 foot by 3.5 foot steel table that I got for free from Steve Howell at Ballard Forge. He is an amazing guy. Check him out. He makes the best tongs around. And then I got a bow and arrows, because who doesn't need a bow and arrows? That's kind of my shop. It's kind of my shop. It's small, it's quaint, it's bigger than some, it's smaller than most, but it's home. Alright, see you next time.